So I don't know what I'm talking about, but I don't think this is how this is supposed to look. Good evening, everybody. We are ending day one of my 2 days off of work, and the first thing we were successful at doing today was getting the refrigerator out of the camper. I will tell you, we successfully destroyed it. I'm in the process of getting it out of the camper, but I will also tell you that no Freon was illegally dispersed into the atmosphere during the removal and destruction of that refrigerator. So that was our success of day one. RIP to that refrigerator. The next thing that we tackled was our very next biggest water damage situation, and that was the bathroom area. Pretty much showed it in my last couple videos. This was very rotten in here, so we pulled the aluminum siding away and got in this area, and we were able to get the rest of the rotten beam out of here. We got this rotten beam out of here. We still have these pieces to cut out tomorrow. And then there was a beam in this corner that ran all the way up to support the wall where the corners meet on the back of the trailer, and it was completely rotten because the seam in this corner was not properly sealed, and it caused that beam to rot. And it only went about 3/4 of the way up, so we only had to cut that much of the beam out. You could tell right where the water was coming in because the screws were rusted all the way down, but as you went above where the water damage was on the wood, the screws were still silver. So we got all that out of there, got that beam out of there. We got to cut a new piece of wood tomorrow. Got this water damage out of here. We got to cut from here to here because from there over there's no more water damage. So we got to put in new beams there and new crossbars right up in here, as well as a piece of wood to hold that tail light. I'm going to cut out this tomorrow as well. And then what we also have to do is replace this beam right there. And then once all that's done, we can start ripping up these pieces here, put new ones down, get the plywood put on, and then finish the walls. So we have only a little bit of damage left to remove. Honestly, it's just this section over here and this little piece right there, and then get that area fixed, get this wood up, and then we're ready to start rebuilding. This was kind of, I knew there was water damage in this corner. I didn't know that it went all the way up to here, but I'm glad that we got that figured it out. Honestly, this section here, getting these pieces out, was probably the easiest thing we've done as far as having to get damage out, because it was in this corner section. We were able to pull that apart and just take it right out, get it cut with no issues, and get that pulled out of there. I did spray everything down with a mold killer that I picked up from Lowe's. It was pretty darn expensive. Better to be safe than sorry. If somebody knows how to get this out, that would be greatly appreciated, because I saw a video where they just kind of twisted it off, but I'm thinking ours may be glued, because we tried to get it off and it wasn't going, and I was afraid we were going to break something, so I figured I would just ask instead of break it and find out that it doesn't actually twist. So if anybody knows, I'd really appreciate it. We have this piece still here. We haven't decided yet what we're going to do because all the electrical runs through that floor, and I don't really want to rip that up. There's no rot in this area. Even the beams that run under it, you can see as they get under it, they're just fine, so we may run to it. We just haven't made that decision yet, but I really don't want to unhook any of this electrical stuff. These are my temporary covers for the corners here. Hopefully they're watertight. We taped them pretty darn good. So we got every corner piece off so that we could check behind these walls and make sure everything is good, dry, not rotted. These are all great. Like I said, it was just that one by the bathroom. Got all these off. Looked behind this diamond plate. This was already pulled back, so that was easy to look at. Well, I just got a couple parts in the mail, not really related to rebuilding the trailer, but I got my new bearings in. I got a new grease tube, got some bearing buddies in. I got my new electric brake set. Show you what they look like. A lot prettier than the old ones. And then in this big heavy box down here is my new weight distribution hitch and sway bar. I also got my new wheels and tires in. These are a black powder coated wheel. They are wrapped in 175/80 13s. They're Lodestars by Carrier or Carrier by Lodestars. I'm not really sure. I just know that they're rated pretty well. I was gonna go with a little bit fancier aluminum rim, but it doesn't really match what I'm going with, so decided to just go with the black powder coat wheel. But it'd be nice to have a new set of tires. Most likely going to be getting a new spare as well. I did also have to pick up a new grease gun, or well, had to pick up a grease gun because I didn't own one. So I just got one off of Amazon. I think it'll be just fine. Over there is my cool coat that's gonna go on the roof at some point. Tomorrow morning we're probably going to run to Lowe's. I need to price what the flooring wood is gonna cost me, and I also want to get a price for the screws that go in these corners. I need about like 100 and something. I want to say it was like 120 or something like that, to get them all stainless steel. I believe they're number 8 by 1 1/4, but I'm not positive. So that is my update for the day. We're going to get up early and get started on this again, and probably make another video for you tomorrow showing you what we get accomplished.